A routine domestic call turns into a high-stakes standoff when police discover a court order that should have kept this couple miles apart. But as the accusations fly, the officer realizes the most vulnerable witness in the room can't speak at all.
So I guarded my son. He punched me in my head while I'm holding my son, and then he gave me like a fucking rib shot.
The husband claims he never laid a finger on her, until a physical trace in his hair reveals a disgusting truth. Who is telling the truth, and who is about to lose everything?
I don't even know if I'm gonna get out of jail, man.
What made this husband think a fight over a crying child was worth risking everything for?
When Peoria police arrive at the residence, they immediately find themselves caught between two deeply conflicting stories. The mother, Aaliyah, is desperate to explain how a simple family meal turned violent.
Aaliyah, baby.
No, bitch!
Aaliyah, come talk to me. What's going on?
So, I did end up putting my hands back on him, I can't lie, after the fact. But I'm scared of him, so I would never hit him first after I know that he would abuse me.
She explains that the tension began the moment her husband got off work, triggered by their 6-year-old disabled, nonverbal son.
This man just got off of work at 3 o'clock. Everything was fine. My son is disabled. He's nonverbal, he doesn't talk, so he makes a lot of noises. Get away, let me say what happened.
We're talking.
He's nonverbal, so he makes a lot of noises. His happy sounds are like, ah!
Yeah.
But he was getting hungry and it was time for me, so he was crying, being fussy, whiny.
Instead of showing patience, she claims her husband demanded the hungry child be isolated in another room.
Okay, I understand. He just got off work. He came into having to clean piss from the dog because the dog just peed. He probably wants a peace and quiet. But my son is disabled. He doesn't know how to be quiet.
Yeah.
So he's crying because he was ready to eat. He's like, put him in his room till the food's done. At first he wasn't really yelling, so let me calm down. He was just like, you should have put him in his room till the food's done, man. Da, 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 da.
Before hearing the husband's side of the story, the officer has to establish a critical legal boundary that both parties have already crossed.
You open the door?
1 second, man. Are you Leonard, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Leonard. I'm gonna read you your Miranda warning. Okay,
So
see if you want to talk to me about what's going on okay?
Okay.
So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
Yes.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me?
Yes.
All right, man. So now's your chance to tell me, from your point of view, what happened in
With his rights waived, Leonard immediately paints a picture of a stressful workday ruined by household chaos.
I get off work at 3. I make it back to Peoria or back here or home like around like 3:20 or something. So I had went in, sat down on the couch, turned the TV on, went to bed, trying to find something to watch on YouTube. She brought her son out the room, and he was crying real loud. I said, baby, can you put him in the room until his food get done?
Leonard insists he was only seeking a moment of peace after an exhausting shift, but claims Aaliyah met his request with immediate hostility.
I'm like, man, baby, I just got off work. I ain't really feel. I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning, man. She like, why you gotta be here? I'm like, baby, I'm like, I ain't even on that. I'm like, I'm just trying to lay down and chill, man. I got me a cigarette, got me a beer, I'm relaxed.
Twice before, and I know it will lead to him putting his hands on me. So I was not trying to get loud. I'm basically just like, he's about to eat. There's no need for me to put him in the room if he's about to eat. I put the food for 30 seconds. It's not that.
While Leonard claims he kept his cool, Aaliyah describes a terrifying moment of escalation where she felt cornered.
I don't have to cool down.
So did you guys physically fight or anything like that? You guys were just shouting?
No. He was walking towards me, and I'm backing up. He's like, oh, now you ain't saying shit. Now I'm coming close. You ain't saying shit. Like, cause I'm scared of you. Yes, I'm not saying anything. So then he backed away. Like, he didn't do this in the spur of the moment. He literally had time to think about hitting me, and he still did it.
The officer looks for physical proof of the assault, but the lack of immediate marks complicates the investigation.
She was already like a little upset when I first walked in because the dog had peed on the floor. Mm-hmm. She said he peed on the floor like around 2:30 or something like that. Uh-huh. So she left it there so I can come home and kind of like train him type. So she left the pee there, and she was a little upset. I guess she must have stepped in it. So she was already kind of like upset when I got off work. So we ended. So I'm like, can you please take your son in the room while his food cool down because he's screaming out here.
But when the officer returns to the husband, a visual detail in Leonard's hair changes the entire direction of the inquiry.
She was like, you ain't got no, yeah. I'm like, baby, why is you saying all that? So she like, she pretty much just started arguing. Like, I'm like, I'm not trying to argue with you, man. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to chill. All I want to do is chill, man. That's all I wanted to do. Like, hit my little hitter, drink me a beer, and smoke a cigarette. That's all I wanted to do.
The officer stands in the hallway, speaking quietly to a second officer about the couple's history.
I sat down and started feeding my son, and then he was like, we're still arguing, mind you. My son's eating at this point. I'm like, why are we still arguing? He's eating already. There's no need for him to be in the room. Now we're the only ones talking. And then he came up and this is what I said. I said, how about you go in the room? Because he kept saying, like, why didn't I put my son in the room? And I'm like, he's about to eat. How about you go in the room? If you want peace and quiet, then you go in your room. He has his own room. You know what I mean?
Despite the active order of protection, Leonard begs the officer to understand that he is the sole provider for the household.
Once all that go past, her and her son at the table, they eating. I mean, his food cooled down, so she started feeding him. So, like, pretty much, like, after that, she was just yelling at like, why don't she kept on saying, like, you know he but I know how he is. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, baby, I understand all that. I'm like, man, I just got on.
Leonard looks down, realization washing over him as he realizes his job and freedom are on the line.
She's just like, you make it seem like I posted. Then she keep talking about the dog pen. She talking about her. I don't know. It ain't like it's over a female. It's nothing really bad going on. It was just an argument, and I'm trying to calm her down. I want her to calm down. Like, baby, calm down, stop. Okay. So she got her son at the table. So she stood up.
The officer explains the final decision to Leonard as handcuffs are prepared.
Honestly, I think it's time for you to move on.
Yeah, I am. I didn't want to call the cops because he got shit to lose. So I called my mom.
It doesn't
but
matter.
You know what? My mom was like, I'm calling the cops because my mom lives hours and hours away. So it would take her 3 hours to get here and come get me. I just wanted to leave.
Okay, what's your first name?
Aaliyah.
Under Illinois law, the combination of physical evidence, admitted retaliation, and a vulnerable child in the crossfire leaves the officers with no other choice.
Look at my tooth, man. I know you see this. I wiped off the spit. I ain't even know he seen that spit.
She's getting a notice to appear right now.
Man, I'm saying a notice to appear. I'm saying I'm the real victim. I swear.
mean, listen, I have two conflicting stories, like I said, okay?
She lying. You gotta
here's the thing. Here's the thing, man.
She lying, man.
Okay, well, this is something y'all gotta figure out in court. That's why I said I was just gonna say both of you guys. But since she's got her kid, nonverbal, okay, autistic, her mom lives 3 hours away, I'm not going to leave.
In the end, both parents paid the price for a domestic dispute that put their disabled son directly in harm's way.
She alleged you did something to her and she has injuries, stuff like that. I have no choice. I have to make an arrest, okay? I talked to the state's attorney, okay, about giving her a notice to appear. He said, yeah, that's fine, okay?
Okay, what about
but you guys need to be separated. Okay, but you guys need to be separated, so therefore you're gonna go.
Click the video on your screen right now to see how a mother brutally beat her own daughter until she couldn't even see out of one eye, and how she was finally saved.